Violeta and this is my older cousin.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and we're going to give you a tour of our neighborhood located close to Baby and Shepherd.
So here we are starting in the residential area of our neighborhood, and here we go. Woo!
These were the apartments that our whole family grew up in. My mom immigrated to Canada when she was around 20 years old and afterwards brought her family over. She applied for government housing and we luckily ended up in this neighborhood. Although it may be hard to believe, these apartments were a part of the government housing program for immigrants a long time ago, but later on they converted into regular rental buildings owned by Medallion. So there was a good amount of low-income families that lived here for a long time before it became more of a middle-class society. When I was growing up, there was a lot of children in the area that would play outside, but now it's not as common. There are more older couples, and the crowd coming in are more younger entrepreneurs, from what I see.
We made it to the neighborhood park owned by the building behind me. This park has been here since Kelly was a child, and this is where most of the children and families that live in the apartments hang out in the summer due to the playground and convenience store located here. In the winters, the neighborhood children sled down the hills of the park. Not much has changed from when Kelly was a child, except that not as much children hang out here anymore. A reason for this is because the building has not upgraded the playground at all or fixed a tire swing or swings, which the older children tend to vandalize every now and then. However, Kelly and I both grew up playing here, especially in the summers with our friends that lived in these apartments. We are now leaving our community of apartments which border Highway 401 to walk towards another park where the local children and families visit. It is a public park where Kelly and I would always go to when we were younger since it was much more maintained and only an 8-minute walk away. It is a park owned by the City of Toronto, so it is much more protected than the playground owned by our apartments, and it has just been upgraded as well. The families living in the houses nearby visit the park rather than the one located in our community of apartments since it is one of the closest public playgrounds around.
Show. Yeah, I'll take a picture. You can't take pictures with an iPad.
We are now walking along Upper Canada Drive, which is an area just above our apartments. This is to show you the drastic transition of the apartments we live around compared to the majority of larger houses, as we go deeper into our neighborhood. As you can see, there is even a distinction between the older houses that were originally developed here compared to the present day. Mansions or larger detached homes have become more common in these parts, and if not demolished, the older houses eventually renovate.
We now made it to the intersection of Upper Canada Drive and Lord Seaton Road, which is just a 15 to 20 minute walk away. Kelly and I walk here to head towards Yonge and Shepherd when we are craving any sort of foods, or if we want to change of scenery from the residential area we live in, since it is located on the other side of Highway 401.
We are officially on the other side of the 401, which separates Yonge Street from our neighborhood. Behind me on my left would be the major intersection of Yonge and Shepherd. It is a densely populated area and mainly derived of condos, but also consists of diversified food businesses.
Now that we're back in our neighborhood, we will head towards the elementary school and middle school Kelly and I, as well as the many children living in our neighborhood attended or are currently attending. As you can see, we will pass through a different set of apartments and houses to reach the schools in our area. Enjoy the scenery of us walking towards our elementary and middle school. As we walk further into the neighborhood to reach our elementary school and middle school, we witness the transition of apartments to luxurious houses again.
Hi.
So this is actually the elementary school all of our family kids used to go to. And if you were from the apartments, usually you would go to this school unless you decided to go to a Catholic or private school. The school was actually really diverse back in my day because of the apartments were from low to medium income families. So a lot of immigrants actually came to those apartments and brought their kids here.
So yeah, when it comes to my experience, it's pretty much the same as Kelly's. Not much has changed. It was always super diverse, and the school itself was really equipped. They always had the newer technologies.
Not back in my day.
Well,
More in yours.
well, in my day, which is 10 years later probably.
Maybe more.
Well, 10 years after Kelly graduated from here, this is when I started attending Owen. The school had always the new technologies like iPads. They always upgraded with their softwares and computers. And part of that is due to the neighborhood and the higher income families around it, which funded a lot for that. And yeah, right now we're actually gonna walk to a plaza, which is a 10-minute walk to just grab a treat, which is something we'd always do sometimes.
Now we're heading to the intersection of York Mills and Bayview. Hi everyone, we're back from our break at York Mills Plaza to head towards our middle school, St. Andrews, which is right across the street from our elementary school. Well, to be technical, St. Andrews used to be a junior high school back in my day. It was one of the few schools that was a junior high school from grades 7 to 9, but recently it has become a middle school from grades 6 to 8, which made Owen Public School, our elementary school, up to grade 5 rather than 6. And now we will continue our route back home.
As we walk towards home, we pass Knollwood Street, which St. Andrew's Ravine Park passes through. When I was around 15, it would be common for traffic to occur here since this street would occasionally be closed to make space for large vehicles that would carry TV production equipment. Large RVs would also be parked along this road to provide space for the cast members and producers of shows or commercials that will be filmed in the extravagant mansion towards my left. We made it to the intersection of Knollwood Street and Five Shire Road, which is where Kelly and I would pass through every day to walk towards our middle school. This mansion, known as La Belle Maison, is currently on the market for $15 to $20 million, making it one of the most expensive houses located in York Mills. This mansion is less than 10 years old, and it has even played as a set for the famous sitcom Schitt's Creek. When TV production occurred here, the children who would walk back home, including myself, would notice the camera crew and security guards surrounding the entrance of the house. Passing La Belle Maison during film production was definitely one of the coolest things I witnessed during my walks to school and back home.
This was the route that we would walk after school every day with our friends. We were so used to seeing these luxurious houses that we never felt danger, nor did our parents feel unsafe letting us walk to and back from school. So enjoy the 15-minute nostalgic walk back home with us.
this concludes our walk in the neighborhood tour. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, bye everyone.
Take care.